Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we are heading towards the peak of the season. Peak is September 10th, and things have been pretty quiet here lately. We've had a lot of this dry Saharan air once again working its way across the eastern Atlantic. Some of this pushing a little bit further towards west. So a lot of these waves moving off the coastline, they just really haven't been able to establish themselves. But you see on the curve there, we continue to see that point, or head towards that point where we expect to see a lot more activity, or at least more than we've been seeing recently. So here's that view looking out off the coastline of Africa, and there you see those large plumes of that dust. It kind of gives you an indication if you're seeing a lot of this dust being pushed off the coastline, then you probably have some fairly strong winds. And so these are usually going to kind of work with each other. And that's exactly what you're seeing. Some of these stronger winds in the atmosphere, some strong wind shears. So that's why you do see some storms, but really fairly minimal. These waves just haven't really had a lot of moisture associated with them. But once you get a bit further out into the Atlantic, you are seeing those lighter areas of wind shear, some strong winds across the northern Gulf of Mexico and along the east coast of the U.S. So I wouldn't expect to see anything along those frontal boundaries as well. Now, as we go through the next several days, watch it kind of play out on the Fox model. You just continue to see more of that dry air working its way off the coastline with that dust right there. You notice more and more of these waves, but as we go through time, you just start to see a little bit of an uptick in some of the waves. Now, as we go long range, we're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 days out. Some of the models are starting to indicate some of these waves will make their way into the central Atlantic, and we may start to see some development. So at least for the next 7 days, things stay quiet, but there are signs that things may start to come to life as we get into maybe about the 7 to 10 day range. So we'll watch. We will keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.